Hello and welcome to Michelle's Life on Repeat. I thought I would do today a few things that have just been on my heart to do. I have dreams, as we all do, of accomplishing so much stuff, and with chronic illness you just don't get to accomplish as much as you set out to accomplish. And so I thought to myself, well, I'm never going to accomplish my putting my photos into my journals if I don't even get the photos out. So here we are. You're in my room. We have photos here. I have bucket loads. I have for each of my family last names. You know, like your father has two last names from his mom and his dad, and then your mom's side, and then the grandparents spread out to 4s and 8s and 12. Well, I have about 10 of these boxes with different last names. That I have pictures that relatives have passed on to me, and I have factual information or booklets or things like that. And I make journals or storybooks, I don't know what you want to call them. This is my grandmother and her parents' line, so it would be like great-great-grandparents here. But I like to start with making a family tree, filling in the names, and I have 2 of those sites that I go to, the Ancestry.com and the 23andMe, and I like to start by filling in as much of the blanks as possible, because I was given tons of black and white photos, you know, of my great-grandmother when she was a wee little girl. So many things like that I don't know what to do with. So I've made these booklets in hopes of passing them down to my children, and they can pass them down to whomever they want to pass them down to. My daughter says she's not having children, but she does have a bird and a dog. I don't know how the bird and the dog are going to take to these. Maybe the bird will shred them, maybe the dog will nest on them. I don't know. Here we have a great uncle, second great uncle, died in the service of the United States of America, Mr. McLennan. Whew. World War II, he passed away. But I have tons of history like this, and I do my best to put it in a journal, put it in a book, and try to put it in some sort of order, because passing on a shoebox to the next generation does nobody any good, huh? You know what I'm talking about? My mama doesn't know who some of the people are in the shoebox she passed on to me. So I got out my sleuthing techniques and skills and had to research from looking at diaries, from reading letters, from going through my Ancestry.com trees and reading some of the documents, the census, who lived where, track down the addresses. Those are all things that keep my brain busy, because you know me, I like to keep my hands and my mind busy. And when I'm not migraining, these books are very fun to work on, and the Ancestry site, matching 3rd great cousins or 4th great cousins, that kind of stuff up. But in here I have put things that will probably never be used again, but they're a piece of history, like grandmother's prune cake. Let's see. In this prune cake, but it is written in my great-grandmother's handwriting on the paper that she used probably back in the Depression era. So it's special to me. So I have these booklets, and there's letters too in there, so I like to take them out, and if it's in a cursive that is fading, like it's pencil and it's fading, I type those letters up so that my children can read them if they feel like it. Maybe when they're bored someday, when they are 50, they might read them. But you know, cursive is hard to read from the older generations, especially if you didn't grow up with it, and I have a feeling that my children's children probably won't grow up with cursive, so I type out some of those letters and the key points that are found in there to help them along. But that is what I do with my it's not spare time, it's just extra time, or time. It's what I do to keep busy. I dive into photos and I dive into history, and I try to make sense of it and make it readable for the next generation to pass on to. That is one of the things I do to keep my hands busy. What do you do? What do you do to keep your hands busy? Y'all know that I play with orchids. Yes, I should make a shirt that says I play with orchids because I do. I fiddle and I middle. I was watching Roger this morning and he was repotting an orchid in his kitchen and he said, and some of you like to check on your orchids every hour and think they need more water. And I thought to myself, how did he see me? Does he have a spy camera over here in the United States? Because that is me in my orchid room. I think, I haven't checked your roots in about 2 months. I should peek. And that's just how I'm wired. So the other thing that I hope to do today is put together a puzzle table because it is fall. I got my candy out. You saw it the other day. And I have to choose which puzzle to make. So I decided on this puzzle, and apparently, I think I started it last year and never finished it. Ah, a corner piece, I saw it. It slipped back, there it is. There it is. Look at that hair, scary hairy. Here we go, let's put it up. With it being fall, one of my favorite foods or meals is Thanksgiving dinner. And we have, hopefully it's not too bad, we have a wonderful little grocery store that makes meals, and you can also go there. It's like a cafeteria almost. You can go there and get different things on the menu cooked up for you. Before COVID, they had indoor seating, but they don't now. But over there at my little grocery store there, they have on Tuesdays, which is today, Thanksgiving dinner. And Lord, it is good. It is good. I usually go and buy one for myself or for both of us. I buy 2 and I can make like 3 meals out of them because they're huge. And so being fall, being that I'm thinking about fall things, I said, let's get the Tuesday turkey lunch. So that's what we had for lunch. And they forgot to give me the gravy. I know, it's a cardinal sin. They forgot the gravy. Anyway, we survived, but now I am going to start this puzzle. And as a reminder, as you are watching this video, I appreciate your time with me, and I look forward to more community with you. If you have a Facebook account and you want to join the Facebook group that I started, we can just talk about life. We can show pictures of our puzzles, our pets, our plants, our orchids. We can talk about migraines. We can talk about your annoying neighbors. It doesn't matter to me. We can just chit chat. It's all about the community for me. So if you didn't know that I had a Facebook community page, it's actually not a page, it's a group. Facebook group under my name, Michelle's Life on Repeat YouTube channel group chat page. Come join us over there. It's kind of hanging out, doing puzzles, doing life, checking in with you on what you're doing for your creativity spirit here this fall season. What are you doing to keep your hands and your mind busy? Let me know in the comments down below. I used to be able to do puzzles like zip, zippity zap, zippity zip, but with migraines, my patience level has shrunk and my attention span has shrunk because I don't know why, but I get so frustrated staring at these puzzle pieces and my mind not making the connection. But you know, you always start off positive when you open a new puzzle. It's gonna be easy, right? These are big enough pieces. We'll get it done. Mama and I love doing puzzles together. She's already done all these puzzles and she passes them over to me. And then when she knows that I'm doing the puzzle, she calls me every day and says, are you done with it yet? Are you done with it yet? So Mama, I'm just now starting the puzzle. Don't call me and ask me if I'm done with it yet. It has been a full week since last Tuesday when I said we were going to go to the beach, woohoo, we're going to the beach. Well, remember I started that day with a hemiplegic migraine. I am out of breath and I'm not running. I'm just living. Can you relate to that? Being out of breath when you're barely doing anything. But here we are. It has been a week since the last Tuesday where we were going to go to the beach, and I had a hemiplegic migraine start. And you know, I had someone ask me a question. It's like, how do you feel when you're having a migraine? And for me, when a hemiplegic migraine is coming, it doesn't hit all the phases immediately at once or within the day. Sometimes the loss of movement, the paralysis or the muscle pain or weakness will come 2 days or 3 days later. And sometimes the massive head pain, because I'm on so many preventative regimens, the pills, the Botox, the nerve blocks, because I'm on so many of those things, pain in the brain isn't the top for me of a migraine symptom. Now, without all those interventions, it is like unbearable, top of the list, get me to the ER. So I don't want you to think that I don't have head pain. It's just that over the last 8 years, we have fine-tuned the routine that helps keep the head pain to a minimum. So that is why I say some days that I have a migraine, but I have to stick around the house, because I don't know how bad or how extreme it will get for me. So caution is always warned. So if that helps explain it for some of you. Now, like I said, it has been 7 days since that last beach trip, and we were going to go today to the beach, and I am still in migraine. That's why I'm out of breath. I'm still in a migraine from last Tuesday, so it has officially been 7.5 days now in a migraine, one form or another. About 4 days of it was the hemiplegic migraine, and then that just petered down for some other migraines to trigger and hit off, ones that are based out of the top cervical area of my neck, and it affects my brain. But on top of all of that craziness has been a week of insomnia. It's been a week of just don't feel like doing anything. I've been a week of doing one thing maybe, and that was about all you could plan to do. But I haven't really left my house this week. Let me think. See, it's all a blur. It just goes one day to the next, to the next, to the next. And here I am in this little craft room because I thought I would get creative. And my oxygen level is telling me maybe all the creativity has left me. But well, I thank you for joining me as we piece together life and piece together this puzzle. I look forward to the next time that we visit, and I'll show you how far I may or may not have come. Until we talk again, bye-bye.